This video will show you how to prepare your designed logo to be able to be cut from acrylic plastic on the laser. What you see here right now, I've got a 4x4 box, so I'm within the size requirements. I've got some letters, I've got some lines, that's what makes up my design. You notice this is kind of offset. I want to get everything nice and centered. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to Object, Align and Distribute. I'm going to make sure that I have all of my pieces selected. I've got it set to biggest object on the drop down here, and I'm going to center that. I can also do this. I'm going to hold down Shift to click both the letters and the line. I'm going to go to Object, Group, so it acts like one piece. I'll go ahead and get the blue square and click that there, so now it's centered in the middle of that. Now I need to do actual preparation for cutting on the laser. The laser can only cut one color of plastic at a time, so we need to separate out the colors. We also need to show where on the blue box to cut out where the letters are now, so that way there's space to put them in later. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this group that I have. I'm going to right click and copy. I'm going to right click down here and paste. This one up here will actually get deleted in the process we're about to do, so we save this one for later. What I need to do first is get this out of a group. So I right click and ungroup. And then I need to convert these letters to a path. So I've clicked on them. I'm going to go to Path, Object to Path. Now what I need to do is ungroup them. And you see that each letter is its own path now. I'm going to go to this line, Path, Object to Path. So these are all paths now. I'm going to hold down Shift so I can click the letters and the line. Path, Combine, so it all acts as one piece again. The background also needs to be converted to a path. Path, Object to Path. And then I'm going to hold down Shift. I'm going to click the yellow path. I'm going to click the blue path. I'm going to go to Path, Difference. What that does is that cuts that shape out of the blue section. The yellow part also needs to become a path, so I'm going to right click and ungroup it. I'm going to click the letters, Path, Object to Path. I'll ungroup them. I'll convert the yellow line to a path. Then I can put all these back together again. Hold down Shift to select each one. Path. And we're going to combine. Now what the laser needs to be able to read is the lines, which is the stroke if you think about fill and stroke on each of these objects. To set that properly for the laser, we're going to go to Object, Fill and Stroke. We'll start with the blue here. We're going to actually set the fill to none. You notice it gets really hard to see, but that's okay as long as we know it's still there. Stroke paint, I'm going to go ahead and set to the color that the box was originally, so I've got it set to blue. For stroke style, we want to set this to 0.02 millimeters. Now before I unclick this, because I can't see it really anymore, I want to export it. Go to File, Export. And we're going to actually export this as a plain SVG. I'm going to click the folder, and I'm going to type in the name of the color, so that way I remember what this is supposed to be saved as. I'll click Save. I'll click Replace because I already have one out there with that name. And now I can come down here to the yellow. Come back to Fill and Stroke. Set the fill to none. The stroke paint will set to yellow. The stroke style will set to 0.02 millimeters. Come back to Export. We're going to export it as a plain SVG. We'll name the file yellow. That should save it. If we're not sure if it did, we'll hit export again. It's already out there, so I just replace it. And that is how you complete the process. The two SVG files are what the laser now can read to be able to cut your parts.